Welcome back to another budget video for the Descent of Dragons Hearthstone expansion. Second time. Last time we did the Token Druid. This time we're looking at the class of Shaman. And if you've been sticking around for a while, you are familiar with this archetype. You know it's a great budget archetype. Did some refinements to it, and we're bringing it back. The Murloc Shaman. Now, I get it's not the most popular shaman out there. There's a lot of different archetypes. There's a lot of Galakron variety, the sort of the variety that this class has been infamous for the expansion. Has gotten nerfed several times already. And there's an aggro overload shaman, which on a budget standpoint doesn't hold up in efficiency with Murlocs however much we tried. We were not able to make it work with the same efficiency as this one constantly.
That one really needs Vicina.
It needs Vicina. It somewhat requires Electra. Without Legends, it's just not as viable as this one. And the minion-based ones usually are a very good approach with aggro. Anyway, aggro generally a very good budget option, and this is what we are serving up for you. This expansion, if you look at it, there's no massive surprises in there. I want to say Mogul Flesh Shaper is not necessarily one that we've had so far, but even though it has been nerfed, it's very good in a meta that consists of Galakron Shaman and Galakron Warlock. A lot of minions going to be on the board, and it's a good answer to all those decks, with Token Druid also being decently strong. Sludge Ripper still in there, even though it got nerfed. It's a 1/1 now. It's still very, very good. Because you get that Lackey, and it's a Wonder of Murloc, so generally very, very strong. Key cards, obviously it's not a very complicated mechanism. Murloc War Leader and Bloodlust.
Yeah.
Your big attack buffs. That's gonna be your finishing cards. The strategy for this deck is very simple. If you have never played this or never heard of it, you play a lot of Murlocs fast. You can tell they're all very cheap and they're all very small. You play a lot of them fast, and you buff their attack, and you kill your opponent very quickly.
Yes.
Rather simple way to play, and very good for climbing the ranked ladder, and also very good for newer or budget players. And none of the cards are very expensive in Dust either.
And here's the thing, right? What are the upgrades for people that maybe have a bit more of a budget?
The upgrades for the people who have a bit more of a budget, there's one very obvious one, which is Scargill. Scargill is the one legendary Murloc, which is possible, though not even as necessary as you might think in some other instances.
If you're one of those people who really wants to run the Nightmare Amalgams, which are also possible, those are epics, then maybe run Scargill. Honestly, with this deck list, I'd rather have the Murlocs we have over Scargill. You could argue it's fine the way it is, and that's one of the part of the reasons why this gets a nod over any sort of aggro overload sort of variety, because this list, the Murloc list without Scargill, is more complete than the aggro overload variety without Vicina and Electra. Yeah, I would argue this is the complete Murloc Shaman.
You can argue that for sure. I'd put Scargill. I mean, if it was a coin toss for me, I'd put Scargill in, but there is no need to. So we're gonna tell you just that in the beginning. If you have exactly 1600 Dust and you're experimenting with budget decks, don't go out and craft Scargill for this one. If you want to commit to it, you want to play this deck and this deck only for a while, and you have the Dust, then you can do it. But it's not as necessary. This is a fairly complete list. We're quite happy with how it turned out, and we're going to show this off on the ranked ladder a little bit and see what we can do with it. So let's hop into a game. Alright, we have Shaman. We might have a mirror, though he has...
Yeah, no. That's going to be some variety of Galakron.
It's very likely to be some Galakron.
I haven't mentioned that it would then be pre-nerf Galakron because we're...
Pre-second nerf. Post-nerf.
Yeah. The thing is, we're playing this basically right before the patch. Obviously, this means that our odds in this matchup are going to improve.
After the patch.
Yeah. But not great for demonstration purposes.
No. Galakron Shaman also not the best matchup anyway for aggro decks like this. So
fair enough.
We'll have a tough time here for sure.
I think it's gonna be Angler trade.
It's gonna be Angler, yes.
The trade is to protect the Angler.
Which is important.
Because he summons out of 2/1s with Rush. Then next turn we can play the Seer to protect our Angler further.
We could actually play the other two Murlocs to get 2
or
out of
that.
it. Depending how sort of greedy you want to be. I guess we'll get. Okay,
that's exactly what I was talking about. See?
Yeah, that card now, after this, costs 2 mana.
If he passes the turn, it wouldn't have made a difference. Yeah.
And I feel like Seer is now somewhat mandatory.
Yeah, I like protecting the
because
the
this is
angler.
1 health.
The obvious weakness of this deck is draw. We do have card generation in the angler, which is huge.
And the fish flinger.
In the other angler as well, in the fish flinger, and then we have a little bit of draw with the taste fin. So it actually eases quite a bit. But the problem is you can't control.
You also use
that
resources very, very quickly. So that's sort of the weakness with this that always comes up is the undersupply. Generally. Okay. That is an interesting. That's a very interesting choice.
It's Wednesday, my dude.
It is Wednesday. Yeah, that's the flavor text.
I think we'll play the Tide Hunter and see what we'll get first. And then there is an argument meant for Grimscale, but I would want another 1-drop. Trust me, this can go well.
Not yet.
I think it's probably just Bluegill. Huh?
Let's do it. Let's push the extra 2. Everything goes face. We'll likely get cleared here. It's to be expected, but we have gotten good generation in the
Yeah, also I don't want... first of all, if we get cleared, there's no point to play Fish Flinger. Second of all, I don't like giving him minions if we don't have to. And...
Very good chance for like Lightning Storm or
the
something.
Grimscale is just not as mana efficient.
The might to draw Lightning Storm.
Which doesn't proc this turn, but we know it's coming now.
But wait,
is Bloodlust lethal? Yeah, Bloodlust is easily lethal, isn't it?
Kill one minion? We have like 15, what? 20, 24?
15
yeah, that's
and
winning.
more than 7 on the board, yeah.
That's winning. Bloodlust. Too fast.
The trick is to win quick.
Yes, we've established that, I think, pretty well with this first impression. You gotta beat him before they can pull their resources, because he probably had that Lightning Storm, and he was about to clear his board and probably set himself up to win the game, but we were just one step ahead, which is how this deck wins a lot of games. Let's do another one. Alright, Hunter time. Probably face. It's to be expected. There's face and then there's Highlander. Sort of two
yeah, the unfortunate thing is that we don't really have a good starting hand. I'm tempted to just throw it all away.
You want to throw it all? You don't want to keep the Toxin as like an insurance?
Let's do that. But I think we would in theory see enough cards that we could justify not doing it. But the problem is always when it happens that, yeah, exactly. We draw all the big stuff then.
So, kind of good we did keep it.
Yeah, we might.
We'll also play the Angler too if we have to, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, like...
Because we have the good support Murlocs. We have Seer and War Leader are very strong, but only if there's a few Murlocs. It's Face Hunter. It's Face Hunter, which means our first responsibility is to take the board. We have to stay on the board. Can't let that get away, because that's the way we win. He deals damage ultra quick, but by a lot of hero power. Also,
one thing that's always a concern here is the Explosive Trap.
Yes.
More so than anything else in this deck, besides being overrun in general.
That's why Seer now is pretty important. Or do we War Leader?
No, it's War Leader now.
Could be War Leader now, because there's no imminent threat to everything being...
And we can still play the Seer when we know the secret is out.
We'll take the damage now, because this is going to be a rapid game. This is going to be a lot of face damage going both ways.
Well, if you can't deal with our War Leaders, it's a lot of face damage coming from us, and that might be a way to deal with it.
It's going to kill one thing.
No. Well, I was going to say, like...
Oh, he's going to coin the
rapid
shot.
Okay. Yeah.
That's fair. Very sensible.
Oh, it's the Arcane Shot.
Okay, that also works.
So are we just gonna play War Leader, Murmy, and then hit the 1/3 with our Toxfin?
I think so.
Because that seems like a pretty solid War Leader.
We'll be greedy. Yeah, because we still didn't play Seer, but there's just no AoE removal.
Yeah, but also like
in this deck, so we'll
using Seer on a couple of random Murlocs is not nearly as valuable as using it on the War Leader.
Okay, so this is kind of what we ran into, I guess.
But the thing is, he's using a lot of his aggro potential for removal, which means that we're still very much ahead. Oh, I don't like.
I don't necessarily agree with that because he has essentially infinite damage resource.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the whole let's play Lepronyms by design. By the way, just as a not directly related side note.
Go to like the Murmy.
I was about to say to one that can still attack and then do this and then just.
See if it's explosive. No, there is not a secret. It's a quest, yeah.
Side quest, relax.
I was looking at the big screen that's far away, so...
Yeah, I generally...
Same color as Hunter Secrets.
I'm not a huge fan of the side quests looking like secrets, because they do. Like, even if you're looking straight at them, They're vaguely round and they're the same color.
And yes, there's a different punctuation mark in there. It's very similar,
It's a different overall shape, but the problem is...
It's not good.
If you're not... Because, you know, sometimes you're just feeling like it and you'll be sitting there, like, grinding ladder for 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into
this explosive trap, we got a situation. We have to play
if it's explosive, nothing dies.
Yeah, we have to play the soul. I think we'll play Sludge Slurper, just Hero Power Soul.
Well, first of all, if it's ethereal,
we could play that.
I mean, even if it's any other lackey, we could play it in theory. But
I like just getting another totem there.
Yeah,
just Totem Soul.
No, I was just saying if it's
attack with like a 1/3 first because of misdirect, I guess.
Misdirect and freeze.
Freeze too.
It's definitely Rattlesnake, huh?
We do not intend on attacking his minions anyway, or play more than 3 cards. Well, we intend to, but we can't.
Well, I was going to say, we do definitely intend to play more than 3 cards, but... Ooh, that's wrong.
We mostly intend to outface him here.
If
he trades Leper Gnomes off, it might be wrong. But even though actually... Yeah,
of course he trades off Leper Gnomes.
Then it was wrong order.
I mean, that's the thing, because I think I've kind of edged on this before. I didn't play a lot of ladder this season, so...
We're not on Legend here. We are in the sort of upper tiers, if you look at the
Of course, all that we do here does translate to higher ranks, but every now and again our opponents will make a misplay that they wouldn't at higher ranks.
It does.
That is 1 off lethal. 6 damage
so far. Let's play the Fish Flinger.
I mean, of course we'll play the Fish Flinger.
We fling him.
And if that is an attack buff in any capacity, that is not that, but I think we'll play it anyways. Why? Why wouldn't we?
I think we play the Goblin and Hero Power. Get that extra damage, and Scargill might become important at some other point. Conflict
Don't overthink it.
Has been avoided. We beat the Hunter. That was a pretty good showing. I like this.
Yeah.
Look pretty good. Now this deck, even though we didn't see...
are we gonna do another one, or...?
We can do another one if you want to, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense.
Alright, Warlock time, so expecting Galakron Zoo. Mostly the popular one. There is the control one that runs the handlock. We'll keep one Angler. Is Soul a keep? I don't think Soul's a keep. Soul doesn't seem like a keep. We need 1-drop, we need like War Leader and Seer. That is good.
I do like me my Tidecaller, Tidehunter double down thing. That's the double team. That
seems pretty good. Yeah. We're not going first, unfortunately, but it might still be fun.
This is one of those situations where it's unfortunately we're not going first. Fortunately, we have a coin. Because you know that with the Angler and everything, there is a situation where at one point we do want a coin.
Probably.
Because it's awkward if you have like 1 mana open and you have a 2-drop on hand and Angler on board and you just want to play it.
Yeah. So we have to disclaim that this is not a very good matchup for this deck, unfortunately. So we'll see. It's on paper it's not very good for us.
Hey, I mean,
but we'll try and make the best.
No deck is unbeatable.
That is correct.
And I think we've shown the winning capabilities of this deck, and now we're showing how we're approaching a matchup that maybe... I mean, we have...
They were not favored in.
We have shown other not-so-favored matchups before, but it's all about outplaying your opponent, and maybe a little bit of luck here and there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Old school.
Very old school. Ancient school.
Do we play Sludge Slurper for the 50-50 that we don't have to sack the dude?
Yeah, we did.
That's not what I was talking about. I think it's just...
Is it even a 50-50?
No, it's not because of Piece of Draconic Lackey. Yeah. It's 2 and 7, but I think we'll just trade and play Mermy.
It's 3, right? Yeah. Because Titanic also works.
Yes.
Goblin, Titanic, and Cobalt.
It's 3 and 7, yeah. That's almost 50-50. That's
close.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was getting at.
Kind of close.
I think that's just straight up the Rise version.
Ethereal Lackey into Zap.
So let's see. I think this is a very obvious Tide Hunter play, and then just this goes.
The Mermy could trade.
This, I think it will. Might as well. from what it looks like, this is straight up Rise of Shadows, lackeys,
yeah,
Warlock.
it's quite old school. So maybe there's not even Galakron in this. We would expect it to be, but he's got a very interesting package built around it, though. Okay.
Because this, besides the Scarab Egg, looks like the one I played in Rise of Shadows. I personally didn't play Scarab Egg. I know some people did.
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
This is a strong deck. Not gonna say it isn't. Okay. There's a Grimscale. Wanna play Angler?
I think I'm gonna.
Belly.
I think I want to play Angler and Hunter, huh?
I guess.
We have.
We could play Grimscale actually if you want to take out the 4/5. I'm not sure. Do we?
I don't think we do. No.
We push all face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, right? The 4/5 is also gonna damage him, so it's actually only dealing effectively 1 damage to us every turn.
In a race, it is. Yeah. Okay, let's go with everything. Let's take it because we know that we have the instant finisher obviously in Bloodlust and like semi instant finisher in War Leader.
When we're talking about trades, the one thing I would consider is maybe hitting the 2/1 into the 2/2, because that allows better trades for us, but that's also negligible.
Second Underbelly Angler is also kind of important if he chooses to go the trading route here, like he takes stuff off, takes it slow.
Also, what I can say from experience with the Zoo Warlock is that in the aggro on aggro matchups, you sometimes almost want your opponent to kill the 4/5 if you don't have any damage synergies at the time.
Or act to act like sort of a pseudo taunt.
Yeah, because it looks really huge, and again, you're just gapping 1 damage by attacking it, so you'd much rather have your opponent waste 5 damage taking it out.
Maybe. So no Bloodlust is on hand.
That being said, if he plays Voltro, of course, then he wants
Then
it.
it's tough. Yeah.
But then again, he doesn't have the board space to do it. I mean, he could trade more.
He could trade. Also, not any mana for a Vulture at this moment.
Yeah, at this specific moment, but... See?
That's a good one.
Yeah, but he evolved an overset of minion because he didn't want to take the damage anymore. Which is my point exactly. Ooh, that's...
That has Rush.
A choice.
Wait, that has Rush. Why didn't I use that?
Yes, it does have Rush because you didn't think about it. Okay, I think we're gonna play the Angler, of course.
Yeah, seems like it.
And then Grimscale.
Toxfin is kind of nice to kill this 2/6.
I was about to say, I think that's worth it.
Seems right. Another Grimscale, and we go face. We put 8 damage there, and that's not bad at all. Another Grimscale.
I could have coined that for
Wow.
2 extra damage.
Yeah, no, we don't want to over-exaggerate. Then we get a golden Grimscale Oracle.
That's not how that works.
Nope. Not how it works.
This just shows you how much Battlegrounds.
Too much Battlegrounds. Way too much.
It's so much fun.
It's a great mode. I love Battlegrounds. Who plays Arena?
We did that too.
In 2019. Last year. Was a while.
Actually, I think the last part came out.
Yeah, we also played. Yeah, it was. We played Arena around the last 2 consecutive years. That means we're pretty good at it.
There was a time when you could do that.
Allegedly. Like what?
Before they had Arena rotation.
Oh.
First of all, before they had rotation to begin with. But then...
you could have just let it sit for that whole time.
Yeah.
That is correct.
This looks...
Now I like this, actually. Now I like this, because we've sort of out-generated him in terms of value. He's got no cards.
Yeah. He's got literally no cards, yeah.
And we have 3 more.
Yeah, now just trade this.
Kill Ward.
And then we make him realize that he is losing.
Yeah. I value. And then at some point we pick up like Deathwing or something crazy like from the Draconic Lackey too.
No, we'll just draw in the process. We'll draw like a fish fling. We'll draw a soul, and some of the, and then we get Dragon Queen, and then no.
Oh, okay, maybe.
The point is, at the point where we drew all of our dupes out of the deck, we're just one.
Get like Dragon Queen, then into both types of Malagos.
No, it's just into double Dragon Queen again because it's currently still possible. Oh, did I say our deck wasn't nerfed? I'm sorry.
Correct.
Draconic Lackey into Dragon Queen into more Dragon Queens is still possible. Our deck will be nerfed.
Let's play this game. I say 4 more Anglers. Maybe 3 more in a Toxfin. You can even take the trade.
I was just Doing some quick math here, but we're sadly still 2 off lethal, and I don't think there's a way we can make that happen.
But I like English. Let's just put stuff down. Dark Sky is useless. Absolutely useless.
And I guess we'll play the Lackey, huh?
Sure, let's play the Lackey.
I guess if technically we should play our Discoverers first. We'll take the Murloc.
Absolutely. We could have coined if we wanted to for 2 more minions, but it's okay. I think we're good enough. We're set.
So, my idea was that if we had run the Mogu in, we could have played Grimscale and would have had dealt 6 to face. But, you know. Didn't quite have the mana to make that one happen, huh? I appreciate the players that suicide when they're lost instead of just conceding.
He didn't, though.
Yeah, no, because he couldn't.
He tried. But, we won.
Win streak.
Win streak. 3. We're climbing. We are climbing as we are doing the showcase for the budget series. That doesn't happen too much. Actually, sometimes it does. But usually the most of the climbing is done in the practice runs. You base. But this did very, very well. Obviously, we showed it off against a variety of stuff. A lot of aggro matchups, and we out-aggroed the other aggro matchups. That's a good sign if you're an aggro deck. That's what you want to see. If you're going to try this deck out, by the way, let us know. Drop a like on the video, first of all. If that was helpful, that would be helpful to us. Leave us a comment, some feedback if you try it out at all. Let us know how it does for you. That's very, very valuable to us. We want to know how stuff performs, how we can tweak stuff, how to go on and get better at that sort of thing in the future. But if you appreciate the deck, like the video, and if you want to become a member of this community and hang out with us more, get better at Hearthstone and stuff, you can join our Discord server, community Discord. It's free, obviously. Link to that is in the description. We are in there. A bunch of other folks are in there who are also Hearthstone boys, and it's fun. It's fun to hang out. You can discuss decks. If you're a beginner, that's the perfect place you want to be. More of a budget player, perfect place you want to be, but also for veterans, it's great. So we'll welcome everyone there, and hopefully we'll see you there soon. Until next time, JJ.
That's it.
That's it.